All right, so I went sourcing earlier today. I was getting set up. I was gonna do like a sourcing video or whatever, but then I was like, oh, I was excited when I found them. Yeah, I found a couple of boxes of cards. Probably enough so you see that's how excited I am. Some football cards that seemed, I don't know, they looked okay. You know, cards can vary greatly, but I open up this one, and what is on top? But a Charizard. Just really neat. Hey, do they ever really fix things? I have no idea what this is. What do I care? Let's go. I'm good at this. All right, time for my favorite type of video to make, a thrifting haul video. So first thing we've got, most, if not all of the stuff was from the Salvation Army. I think there might be one thing from Goodwill, but we'll see as I pull them. Is a new puzzle. It's a Steve Crisp puzzle. I didn't even look it up. It's new. It was $1.99. I'll probably list it for 20 bucks. And new puzzles sell great. So if I see one new in package for a decent price, I pick it up. I don't even look them up anymore. After that, Superfly Sock Monkey, which has got like stretchy arms and you fling it. But I did look this up. It's got a barcode. It's the tags beat up, but it's still got the tags. 99 cents. Super lightweight. This will be free shipping because it'll just end up in an envelope. But 9 cents. Sales were a little slow this week, so I went out and I was trying to diversify. That's what you want to do. When sales are slow, you either need to list the things you have, which I have still stuff to list, or try to branch out and add more types of things, not more of the same thing you already sell, because those things currently aren't selling. Try to spread out a little bit. So I was really trying to add a few things of stuff I don't have a lot of. So toys, I targeted toys, kitchenware, not dishes, but like cutlery, spatulas. The higher end stuff actually has a really good market. So I was trying to find some stuff like that. I went out with a plan for that. I would have picked up anything that had value, but that was my plan when I went. And speaking of cutlery, picked up a few knives, quite a pile. Knives, spatulas, all that kind of stuff. There are some high end, like really good money stuff, and I don't come across a lot. And they had just put out a bunch, so I was determined to buy a bunch of them, which I found for me personally, I learn more because I can look it up, but it doesn't stick in my brain as I stab myself with a knife. But if I buy a bunch of them and list them and I can see how fast they sell, and you get a better feel once it's in your store and you've sold them. So first one up, don't got my eyes on here. TV Knife is the brand, T.V. Knife. Surgical, stainless, made in China. I think this is what they call like a carving knife because it's got the fork on the end. But luckily they got them all wrapped as plastic, so I won't cut myself. But I'll make everybody feel nervous waving knives around. Next up is a Forever Sharp. Also a carving knife. Then these ones were bundled together, but they weren't all the same brand. I'm guessing whatever country this is made in, it's in that language, but Küchenmesser. It's got the double dots above the U, so I'm probably pronouncing that very wrong. And then, because this one says Kochmesser. So same brand, different knives. I'm not really sure. But when I purchased them, they were worth buying. And all of the knives, those ones were 99 cents. This pack, $1.99. And then the last set of knives, these ones got real cool handles on them. Decorative, if you can see that. And these two are Forever Sharp. But they say Westall Richardson, Sheffield, England. And they look like they're hand. Let's see if I can get this on here. Let me open it up. Stab the knife right through. No? Is that dangerous? Is it? Is that dangerous? Should I not do that? Should I not just stab the knife through? Am I going to regret this? Am I going to stab myself? Ha-ha! I didn't stab myself. All right, yeah, now you can get a better look at it. Pretty cool looking handle with that ornate metal. And then if you see here how it looks, you can see it's like chattered almost. I don't know if you can see that on your side. But it looks like it's hand engraved for the name on those. So that caught my eye when I picked them up. And then when I looked them up, they had some value to them. But 99 cents for those two. After that, something that a lot of people, including myself, are surprised to find out. This is a Tupperware toy. Tupperware made plastic toys. And even without there's normally a smokestack on it. Even without it, I think it was 20 bucks, but it was worth picking up at $1.99. And in any condition they sold, missing parts and everything. But specifically, I saw one listed that sold without the smokestack, so pick that one up right there. And they made a variety of these types. Let's see if it's got a year on it. It does not, but oh, yep, 1978. And then you'll see here. All right, took it apart real quick, and as I took it apart, whew, Rush came back. I for sure had one of these as a kid. It's so, memories are so weird. I don't know if it's everybody or just me. I have a terrible memory, but when they hit, it's like a rush. So I do remember having one of these as a child. I'm not 1978 old, but you know, you end up with toys from other eras. But as you see there, Tupperware toys. So keep an eye out for those. Not all of them sell for a ton of money. Some are better than others, but definitely something to look out for. You'd think it's just a simple plastic toy, but made by Tupperware. Then something I found was a Eddie Bauer edition dominoes. So again, something you wouldn't expect to be sold in an Eddie Bauer edition. I've seen Eddie Bauer Jeeps and all different kinds of things. But yeah, Eddie Bauer domino set. And it's in okay condition. It's not going to be a ton of money. I paid $1.99 for it. Easy to list, easy to pack, all that kind of stuff. But Eddie Bauer anything sells pretty good. So I saw the name on it, a name brand. They're not the cheap plasticky dominoes. They're like the nice ones. Domino. But yeah, Eddie Bauer domino set. Then a few things. Easy listers again. I got there right when they were putting out the carts with like the new stuff. Almost all this stuff was just sitting right on the cart. So I didn't have to like wander around the store. It took me, I don't know, 15 minutes, 20 minutes to find all these. So it was definitely a nice trip in there. I think I'm going to start doing that where the day it's Tuesdays because they're not open on Mondays. I think I'm going to go at open on Tuesdays from now on. I think that's a good plan to get the fresh stuff before anybody else gets there. And what I got first, Xbox One, UFC 3. This Mama Jamma got his head knocked off in his last fight. That was fun to watch. Not the fight. I didn't watch the fight. I used to watch a lot of UFC. I don't have time for that anymore, but I like to watch the ending. That's the good part. And then a PlayStation 1 game, Scooby-Doo Cyber Chase. Lots of older system games that are your kids' games. Scooby-Doo, Rugrats, Ben 10, you know, name a kids thing. They made a game for it. Those usually have a lot of value to them because they get destroyed. They're like, kids are the worst. They break everything. So the kids titles actually hold value a lot more than your more adult titles. And then lots of times these are good money. Eagles Farewell Live from Melbourne tour. This is a DVD. 99 cents for that. $1.99 for the Xbox game, $1.99 for the PlayStation game. But your band tour or behind the scenes or documentary DVDs, those actually do really well because they're rarely released on Netflix or Hulu or any of your streaming services. So basically one of the only ways you can get them is on hard copy, which they don't continue to make them forever. Always look out for those. That's a good pickup. After that, this is one of those things where I'll have to look again, but I might separate these out and price them individually. But it's a whole bag. Always check these things, the like rando bags at thrift stores, because what'll happen is it'll look like a bunch of junk and then there'll be like one vintage toy in it. So pick them up, flip them around a little bit. These ones are all the same. This is from a Minecraft miniatures set. A lot of these little pieces, like this little sword and stuff, they all sell for decent money. I'm not talking like 20 bucks, but there's, I don't know, 50 pieces in here. And if they all sell for $5 a piece, that's a lot of money. So I might go through the hassle of pricing all these individually and they would all be first class free shipping, super easy to list. If these were, few bucks a piece and it took me a day to list this, that's still an okay day worth of money. So I have to look again. I quick looked up a lot of stuff, but I remember seeing these going for decent money for very specific ones. Maybe, I don't know, but I saw value for $2.99 for a bag of them. Pick it up, look it up further when I get home. Now, this is the beginning of what I think was maybe a kid's room clean out, because there was a lot of stuff that seemed in the same realm, and maybe stuff that might not have been a good idea to donate, but that's what you're looking for. That's what keeps me excited to do this job. So that was a decent one. I should make some good money on those. This was the second thing that I assume was part of that same donation pile. Now they're Dragon Ball Z figures, which, as you can see, I'm a fan of. So I bought these to resell because these little things from Bandai actually have value. But when I got it home, when I picked it up, I realized that almost every one of them, if you see heads floating around and torsos and body parts, these aren't Legos. They're not supposed to be pieces. I think they are models where you might assemble them or something like that. A lot of these are broken. So I think it's going to be for my personal collection. I'll probably glue a lot of these together. They'll end up on a desk. Some of them had some really good value. So I still have to make a decision on that. And once I open it up and take a better look. And there was a couple figures that were Marvel and Pokemon. And the reason I think these also went with all this stuff is that in that Minecraft bag and in this bag were a couple, I don't know if you can see them. You can see the back of it, but Pokemon tokens. After that, I am loving my pans. Easy to ship. Not terribly hard to clean. Like, it's not fun. You're doing the dishes, but you're getting paid to do the dishes. This one is Lifetime, custom designed, stainless steel, made in the USA. Lifetime is the brand. Pan with the lid, which this brand is great because the lid is very easy to tell what it's from. It's Lifetime. It says Lifetime. It's a Lifetime pan. The handle says Lifetime. Very easy to identify. Paid $2.99 for that. This one, super easy clean job. It's not even very dirty. This will take me 3 seconds to clean. It does have a serial number carved in the bottom, so I'm not sure what that's about. Unless maybe, I don't know, because it's carved in there like with a knife. So that does not make any sense to me. Maybe it was in a kitchen where they had to label everything. I have no idea, but that shouldn't hurt the value at all. It's on the bottom. Nobody will really care or notice, but that's a good brand to pick up to keep an eye out for that. And then the one thing I got at the Goodwill was another Revereware 9-inch Clinton, Illinois copper bottom pan. I'm running into a lot of these. Now, I don't know if it's just I'm now running into a lot of them or it's just something that now my eye is looking for, because for the longest time, I didn't even consider looking at pans. I was like, that's stupid. What a waste of time. The vintage, made in USA, ironclad, copper bottom, stainless steel, great money. Easy flips. And this one doesn't have all the caked on stuff, so this will take me a couple seconds to clean up. Little barkeeper's friend, and that thing will be shining like new. And this will be a $30 pan, somewhere in that range. Paid $4.99 at the Goodwill for that one. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's a struggle to not look at yourself in the camera, and the camera is not the selfie part, it's over here. So if you think I'm looking at something, it's myself. I can't stop it. I try to look at the camera like I am doing now, and then it gravitates back to, hey, there's me. Look at me. I'm a handsome guy. All right. So I had to take a little break there and got rid of my old couch because we got a new sectional, and it's like negative something degrees out. So my brain is frozen and I'm chilly and I forgot where I was at. So I think I was ramping up to my good find, the reason you do this job, the reason that this job is very fun, very exciting. My last find I got at Salvation Army. So first up, I haven't been able to price these. Pricing out cards, all kinds. Sports cards, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Marvel, whatever. It's a time-consuming thing unless you are into that niche or you're an actual collector, because then you can just spot things that are worth money. But there is a sizable collection of football cards that unfortunately are packaged in this thing, but they still look to be in decent shape. But it looks to be the high-end collection, like all foils and stuff. Like I said, I haven't even had time to dive into this, but for $1.99, I'll spend 2 hours pricing these out. And if anything's high-end, I'm going to start sending stuff off to PSA. I'll do a video about that because there's a whole process to it, but I had to order out, there's specific sleeves that you have to put them in order to get them graded, at least through PSA. I'm not sure about the other grading places. If you don't use PSA, the value is actually less. So I don't know. I think that's just how it goes. I don't know why that is. Anything I said would be a guess. Appears like this is going to be a decent find here. If I had to make a guess, I'd say at the low end, I have a couple $100 worth of cards here. At the high end, if there's like some really good ones in here, it could be closer to 1,000. All that would be a guess. I still haven't been able to look it up, but there's like a Panini Prism Eric Dickerson. Obviously, this is like a reprint, not a reprint, but a throwback card or something like that, because Eric Dickerson has been retired for a very long time, and Panini wasn't even a card company, I don't think, when Dickerson played. I think there's a lot of money in here, but I don't know. You'll find out when I find out. Now, what I do know is this is why I think all those toys went together, because in this box was a couple of these Pokemon tokens. So it makes me think maybe they were all owned by the same person at one time. But when I first opened the box, there was a Charizard in the front. It wasn't the vintage, like original pressing Shadowless or whatever, where it's worth like something ridiculous. Like a PSA 10 is like 10 grand. I don't know, something insane. If your kid or yourself was a Pokemon collector and you have that collection, dig it out. Dig it out. Go to your closet, pause the video, go to your closet, and go get it right now. It's Pokemon's on the way up. It might not ever get to where it's at again. It might dip off anytime. Go find it and either sell it to somebody or put the whole collection on eBay or whatever. Strike while the iron is hot, as they say. So I opened this up and I got excited and I went and I priced them out. What it was that, unfortunately, in this box was a collection of what they call commons in perfect condition. I'm talking mint gem 10s, maybe some PSA 9s, that kind of stuff, but super commons, all sleeved in Pokemon sleeves. Perfect condition. I'm talking perfect. But unfortunately, in this box was, they were all XY series, if I'm not mistaken. But unfortunately, in this box was a prime collection of Pokemon cards, but they were beat to heck. They were played with. I mean, some of them had a rip in them. Here's a good example. This one, you'll see, has a fold down the middle of it, which this is a decent card if it doesn't have a fold down the middle of it. I priced it out, and what I ended up finding out is that if these were all, now that would be a, unlikely, even if these were taken care of and not played with. If all of these cards were Gem Mint 10 PSA graded cards, which to get something PSA graded has a cost. So the value would be subtracting, the PSA cost, which you can get bulk pricing, but in general, it's $20 plus shipping per card if you get one card graded. And that also changes depending on the value. So if it's under a certain amount, it's $20. If the value goes up of the card, the cost to get it graded goes up. And I think that's for insurance purposes. It might just also be you want your expensive card graded, give us more money, which is a smart business plan. If all of these were Gem Mint PSA 10 Pokemon cards graded by PSA in PSA slabs, this would have been a $5,000 Pokemon collection. That would have been awesome because I paid $2 for each box. Now, did that happen? Of course not. Like I said, that one was folded in half, but I sorted through all of them, and I in no way consider myself a professional grader of any kind, but you watch enough YouTube videos of people grading cards, and you can figure out the general centering, whitening, silvering. They call it two different things, but it means the same thing, where the edges, you can see the little bits of the innard of the card, general sheen that's missing off of it, all that kind of stuff. you can watch a few videos and get a good idea. So what I did is I went through and I estimated below what I thought they'd be. So if I was like, I think this is a PSA 8, I said that's a PSA 7. Okay, so that was my general way to give myself a good idea of what I had. And what I ended up with was a $1,300 Pokemon collection. Yeah, $1,300. $2 to $1,300. Now, in order for that to be a $1,300 collection, there were, I think, 6 or 7 that I'll need to send off to get graded. And the rest were just as is, not graded, as they sit, the value that they had. And out of all of them, this is a stack that was worth doing something with. The rest still have a value. And all of these, I don't think I'm going to sell any of them except for 3. And the rest is I'm just going to put them back in their deck box and put them away so that because it's not like you get to walk up on a XY all the foils collection. Like that takes a lot of work and money to get to that. So I think the rest that, they're worth $2, $3, $4, $5, $8 a piece, stuff like that. I'm just going to put those back in the deck box. They're all sleeved already and just put them away. And I'll put them with the rest of my, I used to collect cards when I was a kid, and I'll put them with those and put them in storage in some type of box. And maybe in 30 years, the ones that are worth $3 or $4 are worth $10, $15. And now that's an investment that I turned $2 into more money. But to nickel and dime and sell those, not worth it. But what I am going to do is send off specifically, because I was sorting for a long time looking these up, because I don't know Pokemon. I was young when Pokemon came out, but I was like, that's lame. I don't like it. It's okay, but I was into other stuff. I liked Dragon Ball Z and things like that. I was not a Pokemon kid. And N64, I played the game a little bit, but beyond that, no. Didn't like the cards, wasn't into it. Also, I was poor. So, another thing that I get to spend money on every week to try to keep up with my friends. No, that ain't happening. But this one right here. Let's see if I can get a good shot of it. This card, I actually think is a PSA 10. The centering might be a little far off on the card to get a PSA 10, but at the very least, this is a PSA 9 card. And that is a good score. The other one that most definitely I am going to get sent out, which I do think is a PSA 9, is this set, which is a 2-card set. This one here and this one here, which one of them I think might be a PSA 10. Again, not a professional. I don't actually know, but to me, from what I do know, it looked good. But if I send both of those out and get the set back, and they're both a PSA 9 or better, that's $500 or better. So between those 2 cards, I paid the bills for a month, that's for sure. So it's scores like that. That is my biggest score by far. $2 into $1,300, biggest score by far. Now, am I going to make all that money? No, because like I said, I'm going to sit some of those aside. It's not worth every single nickel and dime, but those top 3, heck yeah, I'm getting those graded, and in whatever it is, 6 months when they get back, because PSA is that backed up right now. That's how popular cards are. The return time is insane. That's why if you have a collection, go get it now, because it'll take you 3 to 6 months to get your cards back. But those 3, I will most definitely get those back. And I'll probably do like I'm doing with my box sets of Pokemon, where I price them above market value because the market is climbing. And then if the market ever gets to them, cool. If it doesn't, then and the market appears to go back down, then I'll level them off to market value. But I'm in no hurry to unload them. So I'll just get them out there and keep them above market value, because PSA is taking a long time, and there aren't PSA 9s and 10s of every card available all the time. So when someone decides, I want that card now, and you have the only one listed, sometimes now I'm not one of those people, but some people have money. I know it's weird, but some people just have like money when they're like, I want that thing. And then they just go buy it. Oh, there's one. Okay. That must be how much it costs. Boom. And they buy it. So I'm going to price them above, price those 3. And between the 3, I think it ends up being $1,200 to $1,400, depending on grading, somewhere in there. But no, that math was bad. That was wrong math. Somewhere between $700 and $900. Sorry, math. Somewhere between $700 and $900 for those 3 cards. So that right there will be, that right there is awesome. That's what that is. That's awesome. And so it was really nice to get that right now, because this week, February's in general, I think across the board tends to be a slower month for people. I don't worry about that because I know that the system works. I know if I keep listing good products, that eventually things balance back out and you make your money. In December, I could barely keep up. That's how much stuff I was having. $500-$700 days every single day. So when you have a week where it's a $500 week, it is what it is. You just keep plugging away and it balances out. And then every once in a while, you score a $1,300 Pokemon set and everything is gravy. So that's going to be it for this one. I'm actually going to go and look up some of those football cards because they're just like sitting right off to the side and looking at me. And I'm kind of like, oh, maybe there is a lot of money in that one. So that's going to be it for this one. I hope you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Like, subscribe, share. If you want to know when videos come out, hit the bell icon and be good to each other.